today we will discuss which environment is the most difficult to adapt to, the desert, the rainforest, or the Arctic. First, let's compare some characteristics. For example, the desert is harder than the rainforest because it has very little vegetation and receives intense sunlight. Also, the rainforest is more humid than the desert because it rains frequently and there are many plants and rivers. Another comparison is temperature. Okay, the Arctic is colder than the desert at night since polar regions have have extremely low temperatures. In addition, the desert is drier than the rainforest and temperatures are more extreme in the desert than in the rainforest because days are very hot but nights can be cold. This difference shows that each environment has unique challenges.
However, some environments are harder for humans to survive in. For example, the Arctic can be more dangerous than the rainforest, mainly because of freezing temperatures and limited food resources. Because of this, it is harder to survive in the Arctic than in the desert. Natural events also affect survival. Sandstorms can be strong in deserts, but snowstorms can be even more dangerous because they bring strong winds and extremely cold temperatures. Another important factor is climate change. Global warming is more evident in the Arctic than in many other places, since ice and glaciers are melting quickly. For these reasons, life is more challenging in extreme environments than in the cities, where people have better access to water, food, and shelter.
We analyze these environments, we can identify some of the most extreme conditions. For example, in the desert is the driest environment with forests contain a large number of trees and biodiversity. And the ocean, on the other hand, holds the greatest amount of water and are home to many marine species. In terms of temperature, the desert can also experience some of the dramatic change during the night. They can become much colder than forest or ocean because the temperature drops very quickly. However, when we consider all these factors, the Arctic is often considered the most hostile environment for human life, and the extreme cold and limited food resource and long winters make survival very difficult. So, for this reason, after comparing these environments, we believe the Arctic is the most difficult place for humans to adapt to.